Good morning. Good morning. Happy today. 8 a.m. is coming quicker and quicker the closer we get to the solstice. How is everyone this morning, this afternoon? Have an announcement. I've made a decision about something. It'll be really beautiful. Elisa, good morning. Bonjour, bonjour. Francoise. Allison, you're here. Bettina. Hello, bonjour, Elaine, Kareem. Not quite yet. We're a little behind today. A little behind, but perfectly on time. All right, beauties. Who's here hanging out in the ethers that hasn't said hello yet? Anyone? Let me know if you're here, watching, listening, just feeling into the vibes, even if, and some of you have shared this with me, which I think is actually really beautiful, even if you turn on the live and then you go back to sleep or, meditate or go about your business, but you just want to be in the energy, I think that's gorgeous as well. I'm happy you're here, wherever, however you're finding us. All right, today we have lesson 115. All the hearts are welcome. All the hearts are always welcome. Okay. It does feel very early. Okay. I'm going for, this is my new, I think I told some of you, how many of you love to play with vision boards and fashion and these kinds of things? Inside of Elegant Femme, we have a process called the Fem Vision, which I love, love, love so much. So if you've ever done, which I'm sure everyone has, right? The typical vision, the vision board, the setting your intention, all those gorgeous things. Inside of Elegant Femme, we also infuse our femme types. We infuse the indie femme type, the New Yorker, the Frenchy femme type into the vision, setting it into the present and really creating a beautiful scene that we have the opportunity to live into in that moment in a very beautiful, very special way. It highlights the places inside where we are buying into limitations, where we are buying into illusions, anything at all that we are limiting, right? We talked yesterday about where are you limiting yourself. Any place where you might be limiting the opportunity for you to experience and embody that vision, like really moving into the indie receiving, the Frenchy extension for pleasure, and the New Yorker opportunity to allow that which you're seeking to move into your physical world experience. So it's a very, very special, potent process that I've been doing for a really long time, that I still do, that I love, that I utilize to expand and extend into my next vision. So one of the things that I'm really pouring my heart into and allowing myself to be sourced by inside of personally and professionally is the next vision for my book and for the fashion line, and witnessing Elegant Femme come into a new era of support for women, really combining spirituality, fashion, beauty, and in a very different way than what I've done before and what's been seen before in the world. So all of this I'm birthing and spending time and love on. And one of the things that I'm playing with from a fashion perspective is old Hollywood glam. Old Hollywood glam. So I feel like the haircut works for it. I feel like the feathered boa robe works for it. So this is the new identity in the moment. Hollywood glam. There's going to be lots of silk robes, lots of really bouncy curly hair, and I think we might play with some dark cat eyeliner. What do we think? I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. All right, so you came here for a lesson. Did you come here for fashion and beauty talk? You let me know. Or did you come here for all of it? Did you come here for all of it? Give me a wee in the chat if you came here for all of it. Wee, all of it. I'm here for all of it. Father, Mother, God, Lord of all creation, may we play in the realm of creation. May we let go of anything and everything that's no longer serving and allow ourselves to lean back into life, to trust the flow, to trust the expansion, to trust the the natural opportunity to increase our capacity to receive. We ask that today's lesson is filled with joy, with love, with laughter, with ease, with grace, and with peace. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. Bettina's here for all of it. All right. Amen, amen, amen. Lesson 115. So yesterday we had, I am spirit. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Allison's here for it all. Did you feel yourself extending into asking God, what is your plan for my salvation? What is I am spirit? What's my part? What's my part? God, show me my part. I'm a yes. Show me what to do, what to say, where to go. Show me, show me. I am a yes, I'm a yes, I'm a yes. I'm a yes. I'm a yes. I am spirit. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Today, lesson 115 for the review. Salvation is my only function here. Salvation is my only function here. Salvation is my only function. My function here is to forgive the world for all the errors I have made. Feel into that nuance. Forgive the world for all the errors I have made. For thus I am released from them with all the world. We don't realize, do we, often how we hold the world in againstness, that we blame the world, that we blame God, that we don't like the way things are running down here. So we blame the world. We blame God. We hold ourselves hostage inside of that reflection, inside of that mirror. Forgive the world for all the errors I have made. Forgive the world for all the illusions with which I have made, the ways with which I've chosen to see, the limitations that I've chosen to see. It's not talking about the sins in the way that many of us have been taught inside of traditional religious context. The errors with which you've chosen to see, the misunderstandings that you've made, the fears that you've projected on the world, the limitations you've projected on the world. That's what it's talking about. Forgive the world for all the errors I have made, for I am released from them with all the world. And number 2, this is a deepening from yesterday, which I love so much. My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. So not only, yes, I am spirit, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. My part is essential to God's plan for salvation. I am essential to the plan of God for the salvation of the world. Say that with me right now if you're called. I am essential. I am essential. Just say that part for a minute. I am essential. Let's deepen this. I am essential to the plan of God. I am essential to the plan of God for the salvation of the world. And even if as you move through the day, what you remember is I am essential to God's plan, how that move you through some things. I am essential to God's plan. I am essential to God's plan. For God gave me its plan that I may save the world. God gave me God's plan that I may save the world. Again, it's not a burden energy of, oh my gosh, I have to save the world. I have this huge burden on my shoulders. I have to fix everything. I have to save everyone. It's not that energy. That I might save the world. My part is essential. What's your part? What's our part? Forgive. To forgive the world for all the illusions we have seen, all the errors we have made. How do we do that? How do we do that? We walk through the world in our light, sharing, creating, opening, extending, expanding inside of our truth in whatever way you're uniquely called. And this beautiful opportunity to live into your biggest creation without limitation and witness all the spaces in between. We can get so focused, all of us can, on the bigness of what's next? Why am I here? What am I here to do? What is the big thing, the big birthing, and all of those are gorgeous, right? All of you that have been around Elegant Femme for any point of time, I love big dreams. I love all dreams, all of them, whatever it is that's igniting your soul, like go for it. Play with it. Yes, 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 of course. What is the bigness that you're being called to live into? Yes, of course. And this is a really important and, because it is so easy to unintentionally get swept up in that. I'm not there yet. I have this big thing to do. What do I need to do to get there? Like, we have to be really careful of that we don't forego a beautiful day intending to build a beautiful life. Because what do we know? Where do I have it? Do I have it in front of me? Oh, here it is. What do we know inside of Elegant Femme? Does anyone else mark up their Femme flow list like that? What do we know inside of Elegant Femme? A beautiful life starts with a beautiful day, period. A beautiful life starts with a beautiful day. And gifting ourselves the moments to be inside of our beautiful day with such joy, such ease, such freedom, such remembrance. A beautiful life starts with a beautiful day. And as you move through your day, witnessing those moments where you're being offered the opportunity to perform the miracle. And just as we spoke about yesterday, so many of you were so beautifully sharing, like, my sister, asked for my forgiveness, or someone else apologized, or this person. It's the performance of the miracle isn't just you in the giving. It's the simultaneous gifting and receiving. Someone took care of you, you let them, that's a miracle. Someone asked for your forgiveness, you forgave them, that's a miracle. You needed something, someone provided for you, that's a miracle. Pay attention to that, because again, as women, it's always like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? How do I give? How am I better? How do I get better? How do I improve? How do I love more? Gorgeous thing. We're wired this way, right? We got to watch. How do I lean back more? How do I allow myself to be provided for? How do I do less? How do I receive more? How do I say yes? How do I allow? How do I trust? That's a miracle. That's a miracle. Shifting our focus on the prioritization of the moment, the internal conversation, the where am I inside of the expansion of my mind, right here, right now. Just as we talked about yesterday, right? The limitation, right here, right now. Go inside your mind, right here, right now, before we close. Then I have an announcement for you. Before we close, go inside your mind, which is where all of us are anyway. The body follows the mind. The body's not walking around on its own having the experiences, and we're like along for the ride. It's the other way. The body's along for the ride. We get to utilize the body as a tool for communication. So let's prioritize this right now, inside of your mind, inside of the truth, inside of the resonance of where you are with God, in the mind of God, where we will always be, always, eternally, timelessly in the mind of God. So let's return for a moment in the awareness from which we came. Go into your mind. Rest there for a minute. I am spirit. I am as God created me. I am the light of the world. That is my only function. That's why I came. Love created me like itself. Breathe in the truth, breathe in the resonance, breathe in the remembrance. And from this space of awareness of your wholeness, ask for guidance. God, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say, and to whom? Breathing in and breathing out. And from there, you can really beautifully move into your Femme flow list to facilitate that inner knowing and a resonance and a truth and a remembrance as you move through your day. In addition with the lessons, of course, of course, of course. Of course, of course, of course. All right, how are we? How's this feeling? Oh, Tara, this really hit home to me why I'm essential. Ah, such an important feeling. Because it's really interesting. The ego loves to feel special. This is something that I can really relate to. Let me know if you can. This feeling of, I have to be special because if I'm not special, I'm going to disappear. If I'm not special, then I'm not going to be needed. And if I'm not needed, then why am I here? So I have to be special. I have to be special. Growing up, when someone copied me, oh my goodness, I literally have memories all the way back to like 6 or 7 years old when I was copied. I thought I was going to disappear. I thought I was going to die. It was so painful. Like, don't copy me. This is all I have. This is all I am. Like, don't take me away from me, as if that could happen. But the ego is very interesting, right? You have to be special. You have to be better than. What kind of things do we attach to that make us special? In the ego's eyes, what you look like, how much money you make, right? These things, and really through the ego's eyes is I'm special because I'm unique and because I'm better than you. And if there's a way that I can say that I'm better than you, that I'm different from you, that I'm indispensable from you, then that makes me special and that secures my space inside of importance. This is the ego, right? But it's so easy inside of the humanness that we all exist in to an extent, that we're all participating in. That's how I should say it better. That's how it feels more congruent. That we're all participating in at this particular point in time is, but I have to be special. That's how I hold on to my value and my self-worth. I have to be better than. That's really how the ego says special is better than from the ego's point of view. Then we move into the course content. It's like, oh my gosh, we're all one. Okay, we're all one. We're all one. Okay, we're all one. That's beautiful. No one's better than, we're all one, we're all one. And then the course brings forward, and you're essential. Oh, wait a minute. This is interesting. It's a really beautiful feeling inside, because the ego loves to be subtle and play with these dynamics. The ego can also go to, yeah, we're all one. So anyways, you're not needed. You're not needed. We're all one. We're all the same. There's nothing special about you. Have you felt this swing from the ego before? Oh, you're special. You're special. You're needed. You're not special at all. You're not needed. Your life isn't even worth anything. Like, just, if you felt those swings before, and if you felt them like close together, it's two sides of the same coin of the ego. You're so special. You're worthless. Everyone needs you. Everyone hates you. These extremes. And then you move into the truth of the course, the truth of the truth. We're all one, and we're all essential. You're essential to God's plan. You are here for a reason. That's nothing you need to freak out about and feel a bunch of pressure over or burden over. It's just truth. What do I do? How do I know? What's my purpose? What direction do I go? I don't want to mess it up. God gave me life. I feel really, really grateful for that. So how do I make sure I do it right? There's the ego again. Okay, hold on. Let's see. The awareness of being in the mind of God. Choosing love over fear. I know that I'm safe. I know that I'm worthy. I know that I'm essential. I am spirit. I am love. I am light. God, show me. And feel the flutterings of your heart. Something comes up. Oh my gosh, you want to start a fashion line? The ego? You're crazy. God doesn't need that. God doesn't need more clothes in the world. Just sit in an ashram and pray. That would be way more spiritual. The flutterings of your heart. What brings you joy? Go in that direction. Every day. Every day. Because, say it with me, say it with me. A beautiful life starts with a beautiful day. Are you pouring yourself into your beautiful day? Are you practicing the lessons on the half hour and on the hour? Are you dropping every time you need to throughout the day when you find yourself outside of your center and saying, I need a moment? And are you returning? Are you meditating? Are you journaling? Are you honoring your AM and PM? Are you slowing yourself down inside of yourself when you find yourself outside of yourself and saying, I forgive myself for buying into the illusion that I'm not enough. I forgive myself for buying into the illusion that I could ever be replaced. I forgive myself for buying into the illusion that I have to make a certain amount of money or more money than somebody else in order to be worthy, in order to be needed. I forgive myself for comparing myself to so-and-so. I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that this is a competition. I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I haven't done enough or that I'm not enough. God, show me. As many times as we require throughout the day. Some days, it's a lot. Some days, that could be on the hour. That whole thing. Dropping to my knees, I'm remembering, I'm forgiving, I'm returning. What am I identifying with? Where's my Indie? Where's my Frenchie? Where's my New Yorker? Okay, sensual breaths. Okay, let me reset. Let me dance in the kitchen. Let me do Pilates. Let me go for a walk. Let me laugh. Let me make love with my husband. Let me remember. Let me remember. Let me remember. A beautiful life starts with a beautiful day. Hey, how are we? How are we? How are we? Are we feeling this today? I think we're feeling this today. Must be the Hollywood glam. Bringing it out. Having some issues at present with self-worth and connection. So saying this is a beautiful blessing. I hear you. I really hear you. And in all transparency, we all do. We all do. We all do. We all do. I would not be in integrity if I sat here and I said to you all, oh, look, like I don't have to deal with this stuff anymore. I've reached the la, 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 la. I mean, certainly sometimes we're there, but sometimes we forget. It's okay that we forget. That's why containers like this are so important. Not just for you, for me too. I'm here every day as a prioritization of remembering myself. Because I know when I remember, then I share the remembrance. I know when I gift, I receive. I know when I honor this commitment, this devotion to me, to God, that it changes everything, always. But that doesn't mean I don't forget. We all at times forget the connection of our holiness, our wholeness. Be around people that remind you. Have conversations like this, not the surface. How's the weather? Oh, it's a little foggy. I mean, that's fine, right? It's okay. We all do that sometimes too. But don't stay there. Go where you require to go inside. Honor your devotional. Get yourself into spaces where you are being called to remember. Be around people where you're called to remember. And how do you be around people where you're called to remember? You remember consciously when you're around those people by helping them remember. We all have This is the holiday conversation as well, right? We all have families. Yes? Yes? Sometimes, if you've ever heard the quote, like, you think you're evolved, go home for Thanksgiving. I'm very, very fortunate. Very, very, very fortunate, especially since so crazy. I was just going to say, especially since we've moved back to the States. And then I realized, like, oh my gosh, our boat's sitting in the Med. Like, we don't really live here full time anymore. That's wild. However, the past 7 years that we've spent, I've really been integrating, pouring myself into a greater witnessing of love in my family. And I can say, oh my gosh, the love, the expansion that I feel with every member of my family is next level. Things that I never thought I would feel. And I have consistently poured attention into that. In fact, and I don't know the last time I shared this, I created, when we lived in very early on in California, in Santa Monica, I created a creation guide that I moved a client through. And she had such extraordinary success that I created a guide from it, and I move through it every year. I don't remember the last time we shared the creation guide. Maybe we should share it with you. What do we think? So inside of that, one of the questions is, what is one of the relationships I want to improve this year? And you let it come up inside of you out of spirit, and you pour yourself into that relationship. So we have these kind of two things I'm talking about. Relationships in your life that are there, family members, loved ones, coworkers, people that are just in your life that you're constantly dealing with, right? You're constantly dealing with. And the way with which we can pour ourselves into those relationships by seeing those people as who they really are. Seeing them as the light, seeing them as the wholeness, letting go of any judgments, any labels, any confines, any ways with which we've seen them before, and continually seeing past the physical and seeing them in their wholeness. So we have that level of relationship. Then we have the level of relationship, the ones that we really do choose. For example, Elegant Femme, the programs, women that are in my masterminds, they say all the time, the women I met, they're friends for life. They're the women I choose. They're the ones I call. They're the ones that we don't just talk about the weather. They're the ones who get me. They're the ones that see me. They're the ones I share my visions with. They're the ones that I call and I'm ready to up-level my pricing. They're the ones that we get into Voxer with and they say, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what happened. I just signed 3 clients at $7,000 and I just did this. And oh my gosh, this just happened with my son. And it's like those conversations, those containers that you choose, find them. Find them. The ones that are in your life, for whatever reason, in whatever way, coworkers, family, right? Pouring your love, your relationship, your receiving opportunity, your expansion in a certain way. And then the other containers with which you lean into for higher levels of support and expansion and extension of your dreams. Okay. Where are we going with all this today, ladies? I thought this was going to be a quick one. This is perfect. Especially when you believe it. Oh, so beautiful. Here I am, send me, yes, yes, yes. Here I am, send me. And then we get to follow through, right? So when we say, God, show me, when we're sitting, right, in those moments, God, show me. Okay, God, show me. And you get a vision of white roses, for example. And your mind's like, what the heck? You're asking God for spiritual guidance. You want to save the world and you're getting a vision of white roses. Are you crazy, girl? And you're like, I saw. I'm believing. I'm going to the store right now and I'm going to go buy myself some fresh white roses. Or I'm going online and I'm ordering myself a bouquet of roses. Or you follow through on the show me, on the send me, as soon as you can gift yourself permission to, no matter what it is, especially when it's something that your mind is like, that's selfish. Why are you talking about white roses? Okay, that's the beauty, that's the fun. Totally relate to this. Beautiful. How is that possible? Thank you. I needed that. Oh my gosh, I needed every word. Allows for our expression of salvation. Amen. Receiving. Praiseworthy. Uplifting. Yay, yay, yay. All right, gorgeous ladies. 2 things I want to share with you before we go. So if you're here, welcome. And if you like this, share it. Please, please share it if you're called. More and more women that we can have these conversations with, the more and more we can come together knowing that this is a free, beautiful, gifted container that we get to all share in. So more and more and more of you are welcome when, if, as you're called. So if it's on your heart to share, please, please do. Like the video, all those good things. It supports us inside of the sharing of this as well. So that's not one of the things I was going to share. Here are the things I was going to share. Here are the announcements. Number 1, we are holding the first ever winter solstice virtual event this Saturday. It is going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Doors are going to open at 12 o'clock. It's going to be in Zoom. Doors are going to open at 12 o'clock. Doors are going to close at 12:12 because we're going to be moving through a very sacred process. If for any reason you can't make it, you can watch the replay. The replay will be up for 48 hours. And I encourage you to, even if you can't make the exact time, even if you need to watch it the next day, it's going to be a very powerful, potent process. We're going to be moving through a very curated, gorgeous process to complete 2024 in a gorgeous way, to let go of what's no longer serving you, to release limitations, and to move into a very powerful, expansive, positive expectancy for 2025. So I've never done this before. This is brand new. I am doing this for, get ready for it. This felt so good and so congruent. $21. I don't think I've ever done a $21 anything ever. I think that's amazing. So December 21st, $21, 12 p.m. We've got all the angel numbers. We've got all the beauty of it. We've got all the frequency. It's going to be extraordinary. So if you'd like to join us inside of that, go to elegantfemme.com/winter. Does that still work, babe? Does that work? Can you double check it? I think it should work. elegantfemme.com/winter. If you have any questions, please email info@elegantfemme. If you have credits, you can use them absolutely for that $21. We also have a special resurgence program that's $111 right now. It's going to $333. So you might want to save your credits for that if you want to. It's up to you, totally, whatever you want to do. Email info@elegantfemme if you have any questions. The event will be approximately 90 minutes, approximately between 60 and 90-ish, right? I've got to give myself space around that. Like I said, there will be a replay. It will only be 48-hour replay. This is not a lifetime access program. This is very, very sacred. We're opening up a window and then we're closing it. So if you're called to be a part of that window, elegantfemme.com/winter. Did you check that, honey? Does that work? Can you check elegantfemme.com/winter and see if it works? Did earlier. Anyone check it, see if it works? So yes, any questions, let us know inside of info. I'm really excited for that. It's going to be beautiful and sacred and precious. Go check out the page. You'll get the vibe. You'll get the feeling. The video is going to be dropping for it soon too. But those of you that are in my inner circle, I want to let you know sooner than later, so that you can schedule to be there with us. If at all possible, be there live. If not, certainly watch the replay. And I'll give you a really beautiful, like, even if you're watching the replay, how to set up your environment to support you, what to bring with you, how to really create this really gorgeous, sacred process. I love looking at these natural seasons, events in the world, whether it's a transition from spring or summer, whether like these beautiful cycles. Right? We are creatures of cycles. And so on the shortest day of the year, to really powerfully, potently pour ourselves into a sacred ceremony, to have conversations with our soul, to clear things. We are going to be laying things down for the last time and opening up really beautiful sacred portals for where you're being called. So I'm very excited for it. Again, brand new, first time, and that'll be this Saturday. So that's one announcement to make. The other one is, that is going to be the last meeting that we have together. I'm going to take the week of Christmas off. We're going to be doing an elegant pause with Chic 365 from So that's the 21st, 22nd, from the 23rd through that whole week. Okay, so I'll update you on that as well. This will be a moment for deep integration for you. I really encourage you to continue moving through the lessons in whatever way serves you, where it's deep inner reflection, review for you. If you're not where we are at this point, if you wanted to continue, however you want to do it, I'll give you some more info about that as we get closer, but I want to make the announcement now that next week, Christmas week, there will be a pause on our lives. Okay, so I'll update you on the exact dates and things like that so you can really spend some time deepening, and I'll give you some beautiful practices to support you during that week. If you have been in the Indie 9 layers with me, or if you have been a creme, you are invited to a very special Frenchie Christmas call with me tomorrow as a gift. So check your email on that, because there will be a sequence for you as well between now and Christmas for the Frenchie. Okay? All right, beautiful ladies. I love you. Have a gorgeous rest of the day. Again, let us know inside of info if you have any questions. And I would love to see some of you on Saturday. I'd love to see all of you on Saturday. It's going to be really, really beautiful and precious. So there's that. Today is Tuesday, right? Okay, so we have a few more days together. Happy today. I will see you tomorrow. And remember, a beautiful life starts with a beautiful day.